I can't wait for Married at First Sight's Alan Slavic and Michelle Tomlin to confront David Trimble and Madison Myers at the reunion. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. The hotly anticipated first part of the Married at First Sight reunion is tonight, and I'm hoping Alan Slavic and Michelle Tomlin are finally vindicated when the cast meets up for the first time since the season began airing. Alan and Michelle were part of Married at First Sight Season 18's infamous couple swap, meaning their original spouses, Madison Myers and David Trimble, dated while still married to them. Naturally, feelings were hurt as the affair came to light. As the cast sits down to hash the season out, I want Alan and Michelle to have their say, and I want Madison and David to offer a sincere apology. Anytime either Michelle or David has been questioned about the affair, their responses have been defiant and childish. They get defensive and refuse to offer any genuine regret, instead defending the affair and blaming their spouses for it. Alan and Michelle deserve better, and I'm hoping they get it tonight. Alan and Michelle were wronged. David and Michelle and Alan and Madison were paired up by the show's expert panel, but as the season progressed, cracks began to show in both relationships. Unbeknownst to Alan and Michelle, David and Madison had formed a bond during the show's group honeymoon. The affair was originally revealed through a mistaken text message that David had meant to send to Madison, but sent to Michelle instead. Michelle sensed the message wasn't intended for her, and eventually she realized that the text was meant for Madison. David continued to lie and deny the affair, as did Madison. It was a huge blow for Alan and Michelle, who considered David and Madison friends. That's a deeper betrayal than your partner having an affair with a stranger, and Michelle and Alan are valid in their responses. David attempted to talk to Alan man to man, but even that fell flat. Alan had to urge David to be honest with him about the connection he had with Madison. David tries to justify their relationship by saying how much they vibe, but Alan is rightfully angry, which David can't seem to understand. David even says he connected with Madison because she asks questions, unlike his wife, Michelle. He's trying to paint Michelle as the real villain because he can't own up to what he and Madison did. David can't even be honest with his wife. Alan is the one who tearfully confirms to Michelle that her women's intuition was right, and David and Madison have been seeing each other on the side. Alan and Michelle need to get things off their chests. Alan and Michelle deserve to be vindicated during the Married at First Sight reunion. They've both been painted as the bad guys, although, in my opinion, Michelle has received a lot more unnecessary hate than Alan, which reeks of sexism. It seems people think that because Michelle wasn't the perfect wife, David had a right to stray. I'm sure Michelle and Alan have a lot to get off their chests tonight, especially considering that David and Madison are reportedly still together. I'm hoping the reunion gives them the platform to have their say and find closure to this entire mess. Alan and Michelle deserve that, at the very least. David and Madison should be held accountable. Whichever way you come down on Madison and David's affair, Alan and Michelle are the victims in this situation. Even if Madison and David end up staying together, it doesn't justify the affair. Cheating is never the answer, and David and Madison should have been more honest with their spouses if they found themselves developing feelings for others. That would have been the honorable thing to do, and I'd have more sympathy for David and Madison if they had. That didn't happen, however. Instead, they lied to and gaslit their partners, then tried to blame them for the affair. David and Madison are still playing the victims, refusing to take accountability and own up to their actions. I'm hoping tonight they come to the reunion with humility and empathy for their original partners and own up to the damage their actions brought, but given the way the season has played out, my expectations are low.